Hi, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 50 of Raise the Halt, our Aston Villa save. Welcome to the new season, a championship season, a Champions League season, I should say. Hopefully a championship season as well. And something a little bit special to start with today, a European Super Cup against Champions League winners Arsenal. I don't think any of us saw that coming. And that makes me very thankful that we won the Europa League because they finished fifth in the league. And I'm wondering if we hadn't won the Europa League and qualified for the Champions League through that, if indeed we would have been bumped out of the Champions League being fourth, and Arsenal would have taken our spot. So, in hindsight, that win against Dortmund last episode was very, very important because I think we could have been very disappointed otherwise. Now, just before we get the show underway today, I just wanted to quickly apologise that there wasn't an episode yesterday. I've had a bit of a rough week. The reason being is that my poor little cat has likely got cancer. It's broken my heart. I'm just having a real hard time motivating myself to sort of come on and play Football Manager now that that's happened. She's doing okay. She's eating and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully we'll have her for a while yet. But I do apologize for that. Just bear with me. I'm still going to try and get the 3 episodes out a week. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a rough time I'm going through. But that's that crack on. This is a Champions League season, and that is a lot to look forward to. Now, a few bits of news over the off season. If we just look at transfers, I'm not going to lie, it has been a little quiet. You can see the only in we have had is Andrea Conti on that 15.5 million fee, raising up, as you can see, to 17.75. So really happy to have him as a right-back option. Most of the action has been on the outs. We've just been trimming the squad, really. You can see Jacob Ramsey, young player, was never going to make it. We've let him go on a free. Dimitri Mitchell, you can see we've got £1 million for him. We signed him for Manchester United a few seasons ago now. His physicals are still really good. He's a really good player on the counter-attack, but just nothing else really ever came about. We sent him out on loan last season, and he just didn't quite develop how I would have liked. So we've sold him on for £1 million. It's a nice £750,000 profit, so we've done well on that one, I think. Joe Coleman, you'll remember, we signed him as a backup. We have some good young players now to play the backup role. So we've let him leave just to keep squad happiness as much as anything. And the only other ones are loanees. Matt Smith, we've let go out on loan. He's not really developing, and to be honest, he's only really playing in the under-23s, a couple of games here and there in the Cups. So we're going to hopefully get him a full season at Walsall, and hopefully we'll see how he develops. And if it's not how we like, then we may look to move him on this time next year. Jacob Bedeau, he is highly rated, and he didn't get as many games as I would have liked last season. So again, we sent him out on loan to Norwich. Hopefully he's going to play near enough a full season, and that way he'll be ready to come and step in when we need him, because I do still think he's going to be a good player for us. And the other one we've let go on loan is our young left-back, Daniel Rathbone. He's actually played quite well every time we've given him a game, whether it be in pre-season this year, in the Cups last year. He's always done well for us. I really want him to get a full season under his belt. I think he's to go to Portsmouth. Yeah. So get a full season under his belt, come back and be a good left-back option for us, because I think Tyrone Mings is maybe someone that we could look to get rid of, with Daniel Rathbone as a potential backup at left-back. The only other transfer activity we could see is James Wilson is currently unhappy. If we just have a look at the squad here, he's unhappy. We haven't been playing him because he's unhappy. I gave him a game in the last friendly, and he really didn't do much. The reason being is that Manchester City wanted him, and he wants to go to Manchester City. I had a meeting with him. I thought we had an agreement that we would offer him a bigger contract and he'd be happy to stay. When I went to offer him the contract, he didn't want to negotiate it. So we're in a little bit of limbo here. I'm happy to sell him if we can get, say, 60 million for him. The reason being is that we have a lot of young players, and in pre-season, especially Boubacar, he was really, really good in pre-season. And Matt Molino as well. We see at the end of last season, he can come in and do the Wilson job of scoring the poacher's goals. So I don't think, as silly as it sounds, we would miss him that much. So if he's going to disrupt team harmony, he's the only other thing that might happen if we get rid of him for, say, 60 million thereabouts. Otherwise, the squad is set as it is. Now, before we get to today's game, I did have a request. I think it's a good one to see how the Villa loanees this season, the 2017-18 season, in real life are getting on in the game. Now, if we remember Sam Johnson, we did have him our promotion season from the Championship. You can see he's hasn't really developed that much since we last had him. And if we have a look how his career has gone here, you can see after he left us, he left on a free, went to West Brom in the Championship, didn't really play that much. Burnley bought him, and it looked like he was pretty much been a backup for Burnley ever since in Championship, their Premier League season last year, and you would assume in the Championship maybe he'll get some more game time, but probably not. So I think we did a good thing in not signing him because we did have Golini. At the time we had Jose Zar as well. So I think not signing him on a permanent deal possibly has proved to be a good one because he doesn't look like he's kicked on to be the keeper that maybe he's hoped to be in real life. So the next guy would be Joshua Onoma. Now, if you remember when we had him again in our Championship season, we didn't really use him that much and we let him go in January. He hasn't really developed as you probably would have hoped. And if we have a look at how his career has gone here, you can see he only played the 4 games for us, didn't play again for Tottenham. He left on loan for Crystal Palace. They then signed him for the Championship. And again, it looks like he's just been sort of a decent to good Championship player, And this season he's moved for $5 million to Sheffield Wednesday. So again, we never really used him anyway, but I don't think he has, again, developed into the player that perhaps in real life is hoped of him. A little bit disappointing, you'd have to say, overall. And he's 24 now, so chances are he's not going to develop much past that. And the last guy is, of course, the Axel Tuanzambi, I think you'd pronounce that. Now, he, just looking at his stats here, looks pretty decent, doesn't he? We might actually give him a scout and see what we can do there, because good physicals, decent passing the ball, marking. He has all the essential stats. Anticipation's good. We might actually give him a scout. So he's at West Brom, it looks like. Do I see that? Yeah. So let's have a look at how his career has gone. Obviously, in the game, we never had him because it's only just happened in real life that he's gone on loan to Villa. Looks like he spent a lot of time on loan at Burnley. Then eventually he was sold to West Brom. Again, it looks like a Championship player. He played a little bit in the Premier League, but you'd say didn't do too well, especially that second season. First season, actually, he did really well on loan. Championship, again, decent to good Championship player, but I think his stats are maybe a little bit better than that. So like I say, we'll give him a scout and see what we come back with. But yeah, it looks like a decent player that's developed well in the game. Again, we haven't seen much of him for Villa in real life at this point to know exactly how he looks in real life. But certainly in game at 23, he's again probably not going to improve too much, but he does look to be a decent player. So there we go. That's the 3 loanees that Villa have in real life, and let's get on with today's game. Okay, so let's move on to this European Super Cup, something different to start with. We can see we've never beaten Arsenal, which is a bit of a worry. They're favourites for this game, and as the Champions League winners, you would expect that, to be honest. This is the team we're going with, and the reason we're going with this is because we're expecting Arsenal to line up something similarly, according to the scouts. Similarly, I think that's a word. So this is the team we're going with. Golini in goal, Ben Davies, Van Jongelen, Kone and Conti across the back. Jedinak in the half-back role, still going strong, the great man. Lima and Luis Felipe in midfield. Robertson Green providing the width for Strands Larson up top. And you can see we've got Langley on the goal, James Breed, Doyle Hayes, Humam Tariq, who we may look to sell this season as well because we have some young attacking midfielders coming through. Lewis Morgan and the Boubacar Kouakou, is that how you would pronounce that? Kouakou? Anyway, he's on the bench as well, and he's been really good. Obviously, the admission there is Gonzalez. He's injured right now. So nothing serious, but he is out for about 2 or 3 weeks yet, it looks like. So that's the team we're going with. Hopefully, it'll be something special here in the European Super Cup. All right, so the Arsenal are lining up as expected, so that is good. It means we did go with the right formation. I should say too, Sergei Rebrov is our new assistant manager. He's better at motivating. He's better at tactical knowledge. So that's definitely, I think, going to help with team talks and instructions, things like that. So I'm really happy that we got him as the assistant. He said do it for the fans. Let's go do it for the fans. Then we have our usual, we have faith. And we will go and hopefully win a European Super Cup. All right, a lot of Villa shirts in the crowd there. That's good to see. Hopefully they will be in full voice for us this game. A little bit of housekeeping we should do just to completely wrap up last season's terrible effort from Strands Larsen. A little bit of housekeeping. James Bree, his goal against Marseille, won the goal of the season on the Twitter vote. So thank you everyone, first of all, who did vote. It was great to get that feedback from everybody. Strands Larsen! Jørgen Strand Larsen, what a start to the game. That is a towering header against the Arsenal defence and never looked like missing, bulleting into the back of the net. He has done really well. If you remember when we signed him, we went rather big, considering he was being linked with PSG as well. So we kind of had to outdo them in terms of transfer fee and wages, which luckily he was only 18 at the time, I think. So it was manageable for us. But what a player he is turning into for us. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so James Bree was the goal of the season, and I think that was the right vote. That was definitely... What are we doing? Anyway, James Bree was goal of the season. I'm not going to go over it again, although it's our turn to score. But yeah, it was a great goal. It was the right choice, I think. But what was our defending doing there? Ugh. The other thing to mention quickly, too, is that we do have Golini on a new contract. If you remember, his contract was set to expire... Who is that? Conti. That's 15.5 million worth of defending right there, people. So we have Golini on a new 4-year contract. His release fee, it's 18.75 million, which is better than the, I think it was 12 his agent wanted last year, but obviously a little bit worse than the 30-odd million Golini, 30-odd million that he wanted, that he was on. But his contract's expiring at the end of this season, so we had to do something. So hopefully no one comes in for him at that. And if they do, to be honest, we have Pereira, who looks to be as good long-term prospect as Golini. And in the short term, if we do lose him, I think he'd be fine. I don't think that he would let us down. He certainly hasn't in the games that he's played for us so far. So I'm not too concerned about that. If we got 18 million for Golini, then we get 18 million for him. But certainly not someone we're actively looking to sell. The one thing, too, I forgot to do before the game in my excitement to get to the European Super Cup. What's going to happen here? Conti, you've got to mark better than that. I forgot to go through the pre-season friendly, so we'll do that after the game. But there is, of course, at the end of the episode after this, the goals of the pre-season as well, which is worth sticking around for because, there were quite a few good ones. All right, so let's concentrate on this task at hand, though. 1-1. To be fair, that's not the worst. We would have taken 1-1, I think, at this point in the game. It's a bit disappointing having gone ahead so early. What sort of passes that back to your keeper? What can we do here? I think this season, too, we're going to try and go at... Can we get him behind? No, we're going to try and go at the better teams. Take a leaf out of Bristol City's book in the... Oh, we are not defending well. That's a deflection. So speaking of going at these teams, let's do that. Conti is having an absolute nightmare. I mean, I'm not sure that's the best pass he had available to him. And look at him out. He's so out of position. He's just wandering around like a headless Italian chicken. All right, let's get rid of that. We don't see him celebrating. We scored too early, I think. Maybe that's... Can we demand more here? Yeah, we just scored from a set piece out of nowhere, and then everything's gone horribly wrong. Come on. Can we get a foot in? No, not quite. Can we get a foot in here? There we go, Patrick Roberts. That's just... You could see when he was looking to get it up to Strands Larsen, but it was decently cut out, you'd have to say, there from Xhaka. All right, Conti just not... Look at this now. He's running out of position. Don't chase him. For the love of God, Conti. You're not on a man marking, I don't think. Maybe I should check that. No, he can't be because he's gone back now. Lazy Dude 202 is Football Manager 2017ing. People change their Steam handles so often. I have no idea who they are half the time. But if you're watching this, Lazy Dude, you are... I'm not going to say famous because we'd see how many people watch the videos, and it's not that many, to be honest. Off the post, good tackle, Van Drongelen. But in the Aussie villain world, you are now a superstar. All right, can we get a Luis Felipe ball up? Not the best ball. Van Drongelen's got it, though. Into Roberts. What can Roberts do if he's not offside? He's not offside. He loops one in. Strands Larsen! Oh, he didn't win the header. We'll give him one. We'll give him one. Okay, Conti, don't lose it. If he loses this ball, he's off. We have Bree on the bench. We don't need him that much. Jadanak. What can Jadanak do? Stress Larsen. He's got options. Patrick Roberts. That's a weak shot. That's okay. That was better. Rajkovic was a keeper I tried to sign in the first season, but being in the championship, that was a little bit ambitious. But look at that. He's not a bad, not a bad keeper. All right, we're not playing well, but we're not out of it. So I think we can take a positive from that. I think assertive, because we really haven't been playing well. And we'll tell Luis Felipe, don't get yourself sent off, because we do not want that. I'm not sure for sending off here. I would assume that would mean they'd be suspended for our first game in the Champions League. It would make sense as a European competition, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, we want to try and avoid a red card. If for not hurting us in this game, then definitely for. All right, let's encourage, having told them off at half time. Conti's on a red. He's not playing well, on a red. On a yellow, he's injured. All right, let's just get him off. It's just not happening for him today. 15 million well spent, I would say. All right, Bree. He scored the goal of the season last year. What can he do for us this year? I think we need to give it a calm down when we can here, because, I mean, we have the look of a team that is panicking a little bit here. Xhaka, that's a decent pass. Menees, he's going the wrong way, so that's always good. He's got the ball back. What are we doing with the man marking there? We've got away with that, to be fair. Calm down, everybody. It's okay. I'm wondering if we might need to try playing with a little bit more width here, maybe. It's a good ball down the line for Roberts. All right, what can we do? We can assume Strans Larsen's in the box. Do we have Green at the back post? Strans Larsen! Oh, he's just pulled it over. All right, let's play wider. And let's raise the tempo. And let's go mixed passing as well. And let's hopefully not concede a goal here. What have we got? Just keep them going backwards. Sideways and backwards is the aim, obviously. That's a good ball into the box. Go on, Golini. Go on, Golini. What is he doing? He shot that from inside the 6-yard box. I don't understand what Golini is doing there. We're having a nightmare. We have absolutely choked on the big stage here. If this is what we're going to be doing in the Champions League, yeah, go ahead with it. We are in serious, serious trouble. Right, so we're going to tell him to play as a sweeper keeper, I guess, on attack, since that's what he likes to do. We'll play with a higher line. We'll press more. We'll get stuck in. We'll roam. And we will pray. It's not looking good, though, is it? Subs. Do we have subs that can change anything here? Let's see how this goes. We have the Boob on the bench. He's got a bit of an X factor about him. Do we go 2 up top? There we go. It's a good pass. Andre Green. Go on, son. Andre Green. Oh, it's still there for you, mate. It's still there. It's gone. If that had gone in, you would have said maybe there's a chance. But it didn't. We're not looking good. Do I demand more? What exactly are we looking? We're looking nervous, frustrated, furious. Let's just try encouraging. Like, there's some guys there that look, like they're handling the occasion well. This is one of those problems where you learn about your team, I think, isn't it? So I think we'll go 2 up top. I wonder if we go back to 5, essentially 5-3-2, but just playing the 2 centre-backs. I'm going to edit this bit out while I play around with this, and we'll come back. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're going essentially, as I thought, with the 5-3-2. We've just pushed Jadanak, keep him in the half-back role. That allows us to bring on a second striker as well. We have Brian Davies on the bench. So the changes that we've made is the Boob has come on for Andre Green, and we've brought Doyle Hayes on for Luis Felipe, just so we have we might play him box to box actually. just as much fresh legs. We've got a lot of players on cautions just to make sure that we have somebody in there that is not on a caution that is fresh as well. And that's our 3 subs done. So hopefully it'll work for us here. The Boob, I think he could be an absolute superstar for us, and he's got himself sent off. We were taking you off because of that. Oh, I just want to rip his head off. What? I mean, stop laughing, everybody, first of all, because it's not funny. Okay, well, we have nothing to lose. Okay, we'll take Jedinak off. He's on a yellow. We'll put Doyle Hayes in there. We'll put him on as creative midfielder. We'll keep all that. I even took Get Stuck In off so that we didn't get another year. This is... You know when you have those games where you just think this was just not meant to be? And after a minute, it all looked so good. All right, let's push forward. We really don't have anything to lose here. You know what I need to do as well, because they're playing Ben Davies. Oh, what are we doing there? Well done, James Bree. That's a decent pass out to Strands Larsen as well. Can we launch a counter-attack here? Doyle Hayes. He's got runners. The Boob. I don't think he's not going to get in there. Rob Stark cuts it out. Or is it Ned Stark? It's one of the Starks. You get the feeling Arsenal just might play with us a little bit here. 9 minutes to go. If that Andre Green chance had gone in, you would have said maybe there's a chance. But as things stand now, it's just not looking good. Is that a penalty? It's a free kick. Oh, Van Drongelen's in trouble. And of course, as I said before, I do off as well. Oh, you know what this is? This is karma for the Europa League final. Down to 9 men. It's just looking a little bit bare at the back there, isn't it? And we've made all our subs as well. I don't even know what to do at this point, and that's... Where's Lima gone? Have we lost 2 players there? Where's Conrad? So Conrad Lima's been sent off, and Van Drongelen's been sent off as well. We're down to 7 men, 8 men. Oh, this is just horribly gone against us. I don't even know what to do at this point. Oh. All right, well, I guess we'll drop Patrick Roberts back in there. Keep him as advanced playmaker. I mean, this is just horrible. I honestly don't even know. I don't think I've ever been down to 8 men before. I mean, Cacao has... Yeah. How did we get 2 men sent off for that? I just don't understand how that's even possible. I guess we just sit slightly deeper now. We play narrow, we lower the tempo, and we just try and get out of this with some dignity. Retain possession. There's nothing... We're not going to win this, are we? There's just... I guess we go counter. Mixed passing. I don't know, can you retain possession if you're not launching a counter-attack? That's kind of what I want them to do, but I don't know if that is how those instructions work in the programming of the game. Oh, this has just been a nightmare. Decent. What a catch from Golini. All right, we'll just tell him to concentrate. We'll put this one down to experience, and yeah, stick around the end of the episode for goals of preseason, because this could get ugly. I cannot believe this. I mean, we have absolutely no chance of launching a counter-attack because we have no players to counter-attack with. So, thumbs up. One of sympathy, no doubt. There's been some comedic value in this game, so that's, thumbs up for comedic value. Hopefully this is just the low point of the season out of the way nice and early. No, just go and defend Ben Davies because we're just trying to get out of this. Is that a penalty? there you go. I tell you what, James Bree has been absolutely magnificent since he came on. Can we win that header? Golini. Oh, good claim again. All right. Just... You get the feeling it's just going to be a matter of time. Another good tackle. Roberts this time. Kone clears that. We've done pretty well to do what we've done here, I think. If we can get out of this without conceding a goal with 8 men, that's the equivalent of winning the Champions League, I think, here. Oh, Ben Davies. All right, can we hold them? Oh, it's got to be. I mean, we've only got one central defender. Kone's been absolutely magnificent defending that by himself. But, yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of time. Can we just go to contain? There's no point. There's absolutely no point. You know, if this is our heaviest defeat of the season, then so be it. But I really just want to get to the end of this game now. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? I mean, we have 8 players. There's no wonder there's no one to pass to. I probably shouldn't be telling... That's a good goal. Oh, this could get embarrassing. We probably need to tell Bree and Davies, just sit, boys. Just pull up a deck chair, defensive fullback, and just do your best, because there's absolutely nothing we can do. We'd already made our subs as well. I still don't understand how we lost 2 players in that one situation. The only thing I can think of, Van Drongelen's got a straight red for the tackle. So Conrad Lima must have complained or said something. Yeah, well done, Arsenal. You beat 8 men. Well, fair to say that went south pretty quickly after the 2nd minute. And the less said about this, the better. We'll say it was disappointing. Drop in second half. I mean, I can't really blame any of them, though, because it's the idiots that got themselves sent off. But even that, it's just... What a nightmare. 5-1. We've been absolutely outclassed. But, yeah. All right, Conte injured 3 days. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. Okay, one match. It's going to be in the Champions League, isn't it? Van Drongelen received a red... So, first Champions League game, Van Drongelen, Lima, and Felipe all out. Well done, morons. I'll deal with that later. I need to calm down. But this was how pre-season... It was all going so well, and then suddenly it went horribly wrong. You can see slow start to the... Andre Green got a good goal against Trentson, I think you pronounced that. Gazaleka Jacquio, we played really well, got the 5 goals. Boubacar, Dixon with 2, Joyce and Matty Virtue. Atletico Madrid, that was sort of our high-profile, friendly to gauge how we would go. Boubacar got the goal there as well. 1-0 win, happy days. I think this is a Greek mob. We beat them pretty comfortably, but it was a late goal, made it 3, and made it look a little bit better than it probably was. Crotone, the Italian side, again, we beat them relatively comfortably. Felipe in the boob with the goals, and then it all went horribly wrong, obviously, against Arsenal. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back... maybe we'll come back. We'll get a few games in here. We'll come back for Man United. Now, you know what we'll do? We'll come back for Bournemouth and the first Champions League game. We're going to want to see that. So I think that's what we'll do. Bournemouth and the first Champions League game next episode. Do make sure you come back for that. If you have enjoyed that, even if it was just for comedic value, do give me a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. It's going to get better this season, I promise. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I've been Aussie Villa, and here are some of our best goals from pre-season. Take care.